Broggi on the outside, Stone in the middle here in a battle in LMP3, and it's contact as the Porsche turns in and hits the LMP3 car. The Breton Racing Machine and the Ebby Motors car are out. Safety in the exit of Brooklands. Yeah, just on the throttle too early, and not enough downforce to help him there. Replay here at the bus stop, Alden Goodmanson. He's in the Team Thor car, collected there by Stefan Aust, Rinaldi Racing. Battle for fourth. On the inside, Thierry Mercouris, Team Virage. Squeezes inside Edgar Pierre, who runs off wide at Lecombe, but Gain and retakes the position, but gains an advantage off track. It's not the 86. Well, that is Julien Moin going off backwards after he was collected from behind earlier on. And it looks as though the car's lost part of the diffuser later on, a lap or two later. You can see it dragging at the back there on the right-hand rear. And that was in the road down at turn one. So that brought the full course yellow. And Breton, Colin Noble ahead of Wayne Boyd. The two white and blue cars. And Colin Noble just with his nose in front. Team Thor, the only Icelandic flagged team in the business. Alden Goodmanson as ever started the race, and Colin Noble now hanging on to that lead from Wayne Boyd. They certainly benefited well from the safety car pit stops. More trouble for CD Sport. David Drew down the inside and William Gosselin for fourth. And worse for Gosselin, the blue and white car of Team Thor is closing in from behind as well. Away by the Ferrari in the Porsche curves. Red flags are out, and that means an instant stop to the race. So there must have been a major incident for the race director to call an instant halt to proceedings. There's Louis Rossi. Well, he's out of the car. That's on the right hand side of the track, and that has been a huge incident. The car is garage. A little further back, here's Oscar Tunio for Gephardt Racing. Oh, and through goes the change for second place. Louis Rousset gets ahead of Joel Grandforce. So the Swede caught out by surprise there. And here comes Oscar Tunio. He goes by as well. And CLX Cedric Alchamar also queuing up to have a go. He's on the inside in the RHGP car. There's a battle just in front in GT3 as well. It's all going on down the straight. Team Thor in the top half dozen. And there is Colin Noble putting the moves in on Rick Kuhn, the Dutch driver in the Inter-Europol car. Kuhn running out very wide, coming back on in front. Battle's not over yet. Here comes Team Thor down the inside. Colin Noble taking the line into turn one. He's going in shallow and fast. Does he make it through? Yes, he does. Can he hang on? This is the last lap. Here comes the RHGP car. Ugo Schwarzer on the inside. Now that could be the outside as they come down to the Porsche curves. He's leaning on Quintarelli. Quintarelli won't be lent on. He's still there inside into the Porsche curves. Fantastic racing. Last lap, Saturday morning at Le Mans. Quintarelli is not giving this one up, and it looks like that's done it. Zigzagging down the straight, Nose having a little look at the inside at fifth place. No way through there into the chicane. This is classic Le Castellet slipstreaming stuff. Coming towards us, the LMP3 Pro-Am lead battle. Paul Giugiani for ANS Motorsport. Guillaume Orion, the 98 car, Motorsport 98. Not quite close enough to try anything then. He'll have to get closer. Behind the top three, the man on the move, Bent Savalent in the blue and yellow Reiter Engineering car. Down the inside of Lena Bula in the 2-3 Events Racing Machine. He moves up to fourth place. He started the race in seventh. It's not even the end of lap one. He's already made up 3 spots. And the car that started on the outside of the front row, Lena Bula, down to fifth now. Of course, a 1-2 at the moment. The Iron Dame still in third. This is the battle now for fifth place with the Stella Audi. And right behind them, coming through, is the M Racing car that's led since the beginning of the race. And that's just going to break up the battle a little. The Herbert Porsche delayed a fraction. It's the battle for 10th place in LMP3. Pierre-Alexandre Provost for CLX Motorsport against the light and dark blue car of Horst Felix Felbermayr. The Reiter engineering car trying to find his way in traffic and runs out wide, and so too on the grass. CLX Motorsport, massive moment for Pierre-Alexandre Provost. Wow, I bet that got his full attention. Once more, side by side, around the outside. This will turn to the inside line as they drop down the hill. Griffin Peebles through to third place. Well, Max van der Snel really made him work for that, but the Rinaldi Racing car is up to third position. And as of now, inside, can he get by the Blackthorn Aston? No, doesn't make it there. And race leaders are right behind them. Tommy Foster of High Class, Colin Noble for Team Thor. There's the white and blue of Team Thor. High Class with the white nose, the white highlights. Look at this, really busy. Thor and Nielsen, Wayne Boyd's Nielsen alongside the Team Thor car. They go either side of Sven Muller, and there was contact. Muller making contact with the Team Thor in GT3. But actually the Blackthorn Aston's got problems. David McDonald will have to serve a penalty for that contact earlier with Claude Beauvais, his teammate, firing off the Kessel Racing Ferrari. Meanwhile, David Fuminelli going the long way round the outside. And that is a long overtake, gets it done. Around the outside of Christophe Lapierre, the Racing Spirit of Le Mans number 10 car, got in front of him into the braking area, but was there contact or did he overcook it? There was contact there. They're going to be hard-pressed to avoid him. Motorsport 98, Hugo Schwarzer, RHGP leading the race. Avis Rodella for CLX Motorsport, Joel Granfors for RHGP in third position. They stream downhill out of turn 5. Somebody's in the gravel in the background. That's Team Virage. That's their 74 car. South African Drysdale can't go around him though. The Proton Huber competition Porsche didn't quite get alongside. Because he had to have that lift or brake into senior, he's lost the ground he'd made up on the straight on Claude Beauvais. He's closing on the Aston. Oh, carries too much speed into Double Droite de Beausset, looping it around. And luckily the LMP3 car. Down to Indianapolis they head, look behind. The Ferrari driver, Lauren de Meus, weaving. Samantha Tan in the BMW, trying to set up a move. She goes outside, she goes inside, she goes outside. Mercedes side by side, and Anthony Bartone moves up. Everybody in the pits. Pit lane open, they have to. Here he's at the front of the shot, just pulling over. He knows he's got a problem already.
Leader to slow down, leader to slow down. We're on the safety car. We have a car in fire on the left-hand side in a runoff. T3, bear right in the runoff with the safety car.
And that fire is really starting to take hold now in the... There's the multicoloured car of MB Motors and Fabrizio Broggi, a right rear puncture. That was just passing the pits. He's going to have to do the entire lap now. And lots of cars, 13, having 10 seconds added to their next pit stop for a start infringement, including the pole sitter Vanina Ix in the Iron Dames Porsche. On the right-hand side of the picture is James Walker. Nico Menzel in the High Class Racing Porsche just squeezes by the man from Jersey. James Walker in his first competitive outing in a race car for nearly 10 seasons. And here for the first time in Spa track he's always loved, really enjoying being back behind the wheel. Now he's under pressure from James Hart and the Herbert Motorsport Porsche. Battle for fifth, Edgar Pierre, RHGP trying to go around the outside of car number 29. Louis Rousset in the green and black Forestry Racing by VPS car went off wide to take the place though. Just braking too late at Lecombe and back up into fifth place goes Rousset. That's Cedric Ultramar in the dark LMP3 car making contact with the Ferrari, and it looks as though the CD Sport car was unsighted and just couldn't avoid him. Alexandre Provost off on the outside, and it's very badly broken at the rear. Alexander Bukantsov into Europol's green, he nearly getting eased out wide by Jens Renner Muller. The high-class driver goes through into third place. Side by side, two battles behind. Breton Racing being dive-bombed by Tony Wells from Nielsen, and behind them, Agile from Wayne Boyd, trying to do what Tony Wells... That's the Breton car. They've just passed the Breton Racing car that was in third. So this was the battle for fourth. It's now the battle for third. Wayne Boyd trying to go around the outside of William Gosselin. The Aston's in the way, but there's just enough room. Aston makes room, stays well out of the way. That's great thinking by the Blackthorn driver, and a great restart